Joined now on the broadcast by Kyle Liberto, former voice of the Mississauga Steelheads, who are coming off quite the electrifying playoff run into the OHL finals. Kyle, tell us all about that. What stands out from last year's postseason?
It was a very exciting run, making it all the way to the OHL championship and just being 3 short wins away from the Memorial Cup in Windsor. There was a lot of standouts and a lot of positives coming into this year. Jacob Ingham had an incredible Eastern Conference quarterfinal that really propelled this team to a long run from the goaltending position, and he learned a lot, and I think he's ready to certainly take the reins this year as the number one. And you just saw the elevated play of guys like Michael McLeod and Owen Tippet and Nick Hague, and they're in a very different situation now, obviously with the season starting and NHL training camp still underway and still not having their top stars, which in many ways is good, but they're off to a little bit of a slow start just because of the fact that McLeod has been gone, Bastian, Tippett, Hague is just starting to get back into it. So they're in a very unique situation, a situation they haven't been in before, which is good, but it's, of course, really been a slow start to this OHL season, not having those stars in the opening night lineup. But it was an amazing run last year and a lot to certainly feed off of coming into this year. They are one of the favorites to come out of the East again, and I wouldn't see anything different for sure.
You mentioned McLeod. I wanted to touch on that. For those that might not be familiar, tell us about the McLeod Brothers, because, of course, Michael McLeod, as you just talked about, first-round pick in New Jersey, and his brother Ryan, potential first-round pick coming up this season.
Yeah, Ryan McLeod is a tremendous talent. Doesn't quite have the speed of Michael, but maybe 1A, 1B. They're both electrifying, very exciting to watch. You're going to see Michael McLeod on the big scene very shortly, so certainly get used to his name. One of the leaders of this team, of course, looking to come back as the captain this year if he does not make the New Jersey Devils roster. And Ryan McLeod, again, a great youngster that is NHL draft eligible this year. He's got a wicked shot, and we certainly saw that in this past OHL postseason. And he's looking to really pick up his leadership role, too. He's looking to kind of get out of the shadow of his older brother in Michael McLeod. So Ryan's got a lot to prove this year. It's a big OHL campaign for him, and he is certainly looking to solidify first-round selection in this upcoming NHL draft. So expect a lot from Ryan McLeod this year, and I'm certain that you'll hear his name a lot this year on the CHL scene.
Another first-rounder, too, that you saw last year get picked is Owen Tippet. Talk about his game, that first-rounder, 10th overall to Florida.
He just shoots and thinks about the consequences later. He's got an elusive shot. Everybody really loves his game, and I think Dave Talon has really found a great gem there in Florida with Owen Tippet. I think he's going to be a great fit there in that situation moving forward. But again, the Steelheads are really relying on him this year to be one of those impact leaders coming off of a huge selection in the NHL draft, a great first-round pick in the way of Owen. And he seems to be really accustomed to the OHL game, and he's found Mississauga to be a great home for him. He's just from down the road in Peterborough, and he's looking to really propel this team again to some serious things, especially in the second half. And that's really what we saw from Owen last year. A great second half run, had an excellent postseason, and just again, another one of those big time leaders that's really going to make Mississauga certainly a big team to beat in the OHL.
Now, people with sharp ears may have noticed this when I introduced you, saying the former voice of the Steelheads, because as you said to me earlier, the Steelheads without radio and TV this year, we know it can be tough in these metro areas. Toronto in particular hasn't really navigated towards the OHL. How has the team negotiated around that lack of a TV or radio presence this year?
Yeah, it's tough. There's still a lot of questions right now whether Mississauga will be in Mississauga next year. They're in the final year of their lease deal with the city. Owner Elliot Kerr was on Primetime Sports a couple weeks ago saying that he was close to finalizing an extension, but, we'll see. It's tough. I'm not having that go-to television and radio coverage and in such a big city like Mississauga. We have the people here. There's a huge population, but there really isn't enough coverage for this team. And I think that's the one thing that's really lacking. We got a great product here, tremendous team. I know a lot of people around Canada talk about this team because of their electrifying talent and the great speed and the great scoring touch that they have, but it's just not getting the recognition and the coverage that it needs. So it's been tough. It's been challenging. It's disappointing that I'm not back in the booth calling games, but I'm still an avid fan of the Steelhead brand, and hopefully everybody can rally around, and hopefully we can get a little bit of traction here as they make their road, hopefully potentially to a Memorial Cup run in Regina.
Yeah, certainly a lot of exciting talent to watch on the ice, both having an impact now and in the future going forward, and we never want to see anybody lose a team, so hopefully everybody in Mississauga can stay behind the Steelheads. Thanks for telling us all about it, Kyle. Good luck following the team this year, and good luck to them on the ice as well.
Thank you, Patrick. Happy to come on anytime.
That's Kyle Liberto covering the Mississauga Steelheads for us behind the mic. You're listening to Car Star, Cape Breton Screaming Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.